boys and girls. What does it take to be a leader? Well, let's introduce a new term. This term is called a servant leader. What does it mean to be a servant leader? Well, a servant leader is a servant first. It begins with the natural feeling that one wants to serve, and to serve first. And through this decision of serving first, it inspires one to lead. Why, the people you'll meet next, who have received the Human Rights Commission Award, are all sharply different because they serve. They serve first, which inspires them to lead others. Now, have you ever wanted to be also different by being a servant leader? To serve first, and to make sure that other people's needs are put as highest priority? The people you'll meet next serve and are leaders by making others healthier, wiser, freer, and much more happier.
So we will take a closer look at the award winners. And these award winners are absolutely amazing. These are a group of individuals, community groups, youth, and those who works in the justice field who are doing the amazing work that they are doing here in the community of Schenectady and doing the work in human rights, civil rights, and social justice.
Hi, my name is Paul Harding, and I'm managing partner of the law firm of Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti. So we are a personal injury law firm. We exist throughout the state of New York, mostly in upstate and also in Vermont and Massachusetts. And one of the best parts of our job is that we get to have the ability, not only through financial donations, but just put our time into things that really make a lot of sense for us in addition to practicing law. And one of the areas that we are really in love with, it is the ability to help the community. And it can come off like a cliche. You want to give back to the community, but truly when I put out these flyers, we got 120 people at the firm, and I'll put out these little questionnaires. I'll say, hey, what do you guys want to do this year for the community? And I get back all kinds of things, in the top 7 or 8 we do, including some things sometimes that we had never even thought of. And that probably, when I say what our culture is, it's a culture of giving back. It's a culture of being able to kind of share some of the love that we have as a group with the community. And we work with organizations. The Schenectady County Human Rights Group has just been a fun group to work with. Angela is as strong executive director as you're going to find anywhere, Capital Region and beyond. And when I say strong, I mean her passion. You know where she sits, you know what she's doing, you know where her heart is. And those are the types of groups that we like to get behind. So we most recently were at the Human Rights breakfast, and I personally had never been there before. I'm not going to miss it now. But we were there, and we won a champion award. And it was an award with the community, such a great, beautiful cross-section in the community there, over 400 people. We saw kids from all sorts of school districts, and when we were named to do that, I guess I didn't really understand the impact until I got there. I saw who was there, and you know, we don't do this to win awards, and I don't think anybody does. And so when you win one, it's always, wow, we won an award. But going to that event was very meaningful. The firm was excited about it. I was surprised how many people at the firm came up later and said, oh, my friend was there, my cousin was there, I had relatives who were there. I didn't know we did that. Then we put out a press release amongst the firm and let them know what happened, got lots of great feedback. But it's more than that. You know, you win the award and it's wonderful, and you get to enjoy that time with other winners of the award, but ultimately it's the community. So personally, I spent a lot of my time at a church Grace Fellowship, and we have this breakfast we do every quarterly, which is really outside of the church, but it's a Christian men's breakfast, CBMC, Christians Men's Business Connection. And you know, and we have a lot of things that we talk about there, but when you take those thoughts and you put them in action, and I think that's what happens at groups very much like the human rights. You take a good idea, a good plan, and from my perspective, a biblical plan, and by serving others, putting people first, right? Putting yourself in a leadership role from behind, where you get to serve leadership from behind by supporting other people. And Human Rights is just a great organization.
Okay, cool. So my name is Domani Farley. I am a lifelong resident here of Schenectady, New York. What I do in the community is a lot of things in the community, a lot of different things. I wear some different hats, have some different roles. Professionally, what I do is I'm the lead consultant at Common Thread Consulting. We work with a lot of educational institutions and local nonprofits around meaningful community engagement, cultural relevant community engagement, things of that nature. I also am the one of two of the Schenectady City School District outreach directors. So yeah, I actually was nominated by the Seat Center, and the Seat Center. So the work I've done with them is really around just helping what we describe as opportunity youth. Where more traditional people say like at-risk youth. We describe them as opportunity youth because we work with it's a strength-based approach to help students who maybe didn't do so well in the traditional school setting, but through our partnerships, like the Schenectady City School District partnership with us SEAT, we come up with some creative programming and innovative ways to look at educating students and help them to be more successful. It's really more responsive, kind of like learning on their terms, giving them some ownership in the process. Well, I was thrilled, and I was, I'm completely honored, to win that award. And I think what was cool for me was, because I guess the irony of it is that it's the individual award, but in a room with so many people, it's a packed house, and seeing so many people that I know and respect, right, on the sheet of nominees with me. And they're more than just names. It's not like just so-and-so. I can attach community initiative, things that we've done together, kind of like boots on the ground stuff. So being able to say, to be honored among my peers and my colleagues, there's something that's really special about that. People that you kind of are like in the trenches with really doing the work. So I was just thrilled. The breakfast was awesome. And I was overwhelmed and really appreciative. Yeah, extremely grateful. So yeah, I guess some things that I'd like to highlight is, some things that we're doing in school district, I'm really, really proud of, is that, this community outreach office, I think that for some time, in the community, they can look like there's a school district and then there's the community. And, what we're really doing is saying, no, we are completely blurring those lines, if you will, to say that, this is a collaborative effort and we take ownership of what happens in the school building, in our community, and vice versa. So I'm really excited about the effort to kind of strengthen those relationships. Another thing I think is really cool, on Common Thread side is more about culture responsive educational settings and culture responsive business practices, really kind of getting away from the concept that you can be culturally competent, like it's a box you check, more along the lines of just being responsive. It's not something you do, it's your way of operating. I think that, and I see that happening all throughout the county and in various institutions and agencies. So I'm most excited about the work around that, and obviously working with our young people like that. So the breakfast, what my favorite part about the breakfast was watching us, really celebrate and lift up our young people, because I don't think that happens enough. So when you have that true intentional effort to do it, I was really excited about it. Something I like people to do is get out and register to vote. That's really important. There's a huge effort to kind of civically engage people, especially marginalized communities. I think it's really important that, we are intentional about, voter education, voter engagement, voter registration, and really becoming more involved with the decisions and the decision makers in the community. So that's something I stress that. I also would just stress about, joining, find out more about your Human Rights Commission, find out all the good things that's happening, and really try to see how you can get involved, because this is the one thing that connects us all is our humanity, right? So that's the one thing that we can all, collaborate around and agree on, and say that there's some basic rights that we all are born with. Let's ensure that everyone, all those rights are preserved and protected, and it's all our job.
My name is Hamza Noor, and I'm a junior at Shamrock High School.
My name is Kaelyn DeCoco. I'm in 12th grade now. I started our Model UN club in this school when I was in 9th grade, and it's still going on today, and we have a lot of members of it. And for Model UN, basically we work to address human rights when we go to conferences such as Yale. We all attended our first protest when we were at a Model UN conference. I think it was the first year of the Women's March, so 2017, I believe. And we went to a march down in New Haven, and we realized like the real power that these marches have and how it feels to be at one, because it feels very empowering. And so from that we stemmed and we started a lot of things. Like we are attempting to attack any discrimination that we see in our school and around the country. I mean, with the school shootings that have recently happened in Parkland, Florida, me and him and 2 other people teamed up together, and we started March for Our Lives Albany. And so we played a big part in that, and we helped plan the April 14th walkout. No, was it
April 20th.
April 20th walkout. That was down in Albany. That we had 2 Parkland students attend, but a lot of that credit goes to our friend Lydia Martell, who goes to Bethlehem. And yeah.
At the march in New Haven, we never thought that we'd be organizing a march the next year, and it was we just thought like, this was fun to go to. It was cool to, express our, our thoughts and feelings at the time, and just never thought we'd be, bonding together to do these things.
Yeah, and from here on out, we're both attending the ACLU Institute, the Summer Institute this summer in DC, and we're both going to go there and learn how to use our voices even more than we are right now. And then we're helping we're helping plan, and we're speaking at the Women's March in 2018. And we're very excited for that. And
we're also holding a workshop for young activists and young leaders, and how to use their platform of social media and other platforms that we have that we can use really well, and promote their voice and be able to be heard. And we're also going to help how like teachers and parents and adults can help those activists, like encourage them and help them and support them in more ways than one. For us personally, for me personally, it means a lot that it's like a stepping stone to the future endeavors. And we never think about awards and like the recognition when we're thinking about this, like because we're so deep into the topic of the problem that we're seeing in our country, that we don't think about anything else. We don't think about the criticism or the rewards that are gonna come after it. But it's good that like our schools and our community are like rewarding us for this, and that could encourage more students to come forward and do more of these things. And just like in our middle school, we have like around 30 kids that are taking part in these clubs and being more involved. And like in our generation, we've seen less of that now, but it's coming back. We see a lot of kids like just on their phones and all that, but because of this activism and they see how it's being rewarded, they're taking they're putting effort into doing these things because they see that it pays off.
I definitely think the biggest part too is that for the march we had about 5,000 people show up, so that definitely shows that we have a lot of support from the community in the capital region. And
Originally,
about that.
Yeah, it was a shock at the march that we thought on the permit we wrote that the max we're gonna get is 1,000, and when we saw 5,000 people there, it was just crazy, and that really encouraged us a lot more to keep going with this. And we saw that our community supported us a lot.
It's just amazing that people care about things like this. You wouldn't think that they do from first glance because of the things that happen, but then when things like this happen and people come together, you realize how much care there is for these issues.
Well, hi, I'm Angie Morris, and thank you again. I am right now with Mr. Al Magin. He is the executive director of the Reading is Fun program. So we will learn a little bit about him in the Reading is Fun program. And so thank you, Al, for joining me and talking with me about the award that the Reading is Fun program.
I'm delighted to be here with you.
Okay.
And with Thad manning your camera. Really delighted. But it was an incident that occurred in December of 2016, is it? No, 2012. I happened to pick up the Daily Gazette, which I do every day along with my New York Times. Had I not read the Gazette that day, there wouldn't be this program. That's how accidental this was.
Wow.
And there was a front page article and a continual long piece paid 15 or 20 or whatever, okay, about the very serious situation of the school district in terms of state testing. It pointed out that by New York State standards, with their annual tests, district children, all too many of them, more than the majority, in English language arts, that's math, that's English literacy, etc., and math, were underperforming by the state standard, and as a consequence, not surprisingly, pushed along year after year, underperforming. They were not, in great numbers, passing out of high school with their diplomas on time. Only about 2/3 or fewer than that were passing. And from K to 12, more than a majority were underachieving on the state score. I turned to my wife Sally and said, I found it. She said, you found what? I said, I want to establish an early childhood literacy program. She said, in fact, what the hell are you talking about? We had never talked, she'd been an English teacher for 25 years at the old Steinmetz Middle School, but we had never talked about my doing this kind of. I said, yes, you read this article this morning as I did. She said, yes, this is serious business, and I'd like to see if I can be of help. We operate only in Schenectady, key to the district, okay? And that population is of crucial importance. Just consider these statistics. 30% of the population of 65,000 in the city are peoples of color. Right. The school district has 9,500, 70% of whom are children of color. Yes. Generally from challenged communities. Who knows better than Angie Morris? Okay, Morris. Now my expectation is I'm determined to live forever, but if I don't make it, by 2050, the population of this city will be majority peoples of color. Yes, sir. That's a fact, not because Al Magid wills it or likes it. It has nothing to do with Al Magid or with Angie Morris. That would be the case. If they were being challenged in reading and other areas, activities of life, they are in trouble, their families are in trouble, the city's in trouble, the region's in trouble, the state's in trouble, the nation's in trouble. And what I'm describing is problematical, not just for Schenectady. It's not a unique case. It's all over the state and all over the country. So we have reading. The Grand Reading Jamboree was very entertaining, was a lot of fun, but its primary motivation was not to have a lot of fun. It was to use fun to suck people into this world of the reading, the book. We gave away well over 1,000 books. Wow. At that, we'll continue to do that.
And hi, I am Angie Morris. I'm the Executive Director of Schenectady County Human Rights Commission, and we are here at Schenectady High School with the Schenectady High School Roots Club. We have portions of the club with me. We have some officers. We have a club advisor and also the Dean of Engagement with us today to share about their story and also to share with us their feelings and how winning the Human Rights Youth Award made them feel.
Well, my name is Jadiana Cognetta Whitfield. I'm a senior now. Okay. Wow. At Schenectady High School.
I'm the president of Roots Club. My name is Shayla Kerr. I'm graduating Friday from Schenectady High School.
So you were one of the MLK scholarship applicants regarding our MLK scholarship that you applied for. You were at the breakfast and you got a nice certificate for applying as well as a very nice gift from River. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true.
My name is Nicola Dutry and I'm the club advisor for Roots Club. We started Roots Club in 2015? Fall 2015. It came about as a student came to me and talked about the feeling in the country of racism and the way people are treated by the police and the frustration.
So next we have the Dean of Engagement.
I'm Leah Akinlea, Engagement Dean, and I've do restorative practice at Schenectady High School. So I've done 268 circles, and I towards the end of the year connected with the Roots Club, and we started doing circles in February on race and safety, school safety and climate.
I'm Dominique. I'm the vice president of Roots Club. I'm graduating this Friday. I've been there since the first year, and I went from just being a member to my senior year being the vice president. So that was pretty cool. And I had the idea to do an art show to like get the artists around our school like the platform that they deserve.
So Roots Club is mainly a club to discuss the issues of race in our school and our community, but we also tackle social justice issues too, and we do it all through discussion. And we let all of our members know that it's like an open place and it's a safe space, and it's to educate each other and to advocate against racism and for other social justice issues. And we also advocate through art. So we do a lot of art projects, like we did the art show. We did a variety show in the fall. We've done a poetry event, the Murals. We've done Obama, Frida Kahlo, and then we just finished Malala. So the art is part of the way we advocate against racism and all the other social justice issues that are brought up from students.
So share with us some positive things that the Roots Club is doing here in the high school, or even some positive things that high school is doing that people don't know about.
Yeah, I think one of the most important things we're doing are the discussions about race. So I think, though they're good, like, I want to open up the circle. I feel like it's very limited, mostly to students of color. I want to hear other voices and giving us the platform to talk about that so that we have a broader audience.
So doing the restorative practice work in trauma-sensitive schools that Schenectady City School District is doing has really kind of shed light on a lot of social justice issues. And expanding, like Dominique said, expanding the race circles. What we plan on doing next year is having it for everybody and being including everybody in the discussion, going into classes that maybe normally wouldn't have these discussions, because it's very important and it needs to be addressed. We are such a diverse school, so we really need to kind of open up the discussion for all staff, all students.
Joining this group, this is my first year joining it. I mean, I've known about Roots the past couple years. I've been in high school, but I was just, I guess, always afraid to be one of those people that spoke out on things that, like I said, teenagers don't speak up on. And the former president, Michaela Foster, she's a dear friend of mine, but she's the one who was like, you really should join it. I know you'll love doing it. And so like being friends with Dominique and Shayla and everybody else in Roots makes me feel more closer to my roots, to my culture. Like it's just very honoring and inspiring and empowering, just me being a young Black woman in this country. So it's really something that I hope more kids in the future joins. Like, when I leave, I don't know who's going to be in Roots, but I really hope that it continues to go on this journey and, fighting these battles for us and giving us a voice. This community needs more groups like this, and I'm just so glad that I can be a part of it. So, yeah.
This is our first mural. It was done during Black History Month, where we had our students create information about different people in Black history, and a school-wide vote was done, and he was selected to be the person of our first mural. We didn't know what picture to use, and Ms. Wilkinson, our principal, suggested this one, and the word hope was very important, I think, at that time, because it symbolized a lot of hope for our students that you can accomplish anything if you just work at it. Started from Hispanic History Month. Again, similar process. We had information and educational material about different people for Hispanic History Month. And then we had a school-wide vote, and Frida Kahlo was the winner. And in this mural, you see the butterflies, which symbolizes the flow between Canada, the whole North America, Canada, United States, and Mexico. To show that we are all connected, and this is supposed to be the real big, beautiful wall, not to divide us, to bring people together. And the milkweed in the mural symbolizes the seeds that are sent out, also the place where the butterfly is developed from, but also they send out seeds, and these are going to be the seeds of love and acceptance that become the students. The saying here is very important: one child, one teacher, one pen, and one book can change the world. We want to feel good and inspire the students and the teacher. This particular mural was started from Educational History Month, where the students brought information about different people who contribute to education, are inspired to people to go on and get their education, so they voted for Malala. In the picture you see quotes from her United Nations speech in 2013, and it becomes water because she talked about how she loves Swat Valley where she's from, and it's considered a place of lots of waterfalls. And the symbolism of water is that water can move and change the environment, and so can our words and our deeds. And the deeds represented by the hands, like people who helped her. And we could also have a contribution to help to make a change in the world.
So again, my name is Angie Morris, Schenectady County Human Rights Executive Director. Thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful day.
Well, welcome back. I'm still trying to bake the muffins. But finally, I think we're finished. I hope you enjoyed our show today. If you would like to make an order or donate muffins to charity, then please go to the website listed below. With every muffin order, we donate muffins to the charity of your choice. I call it giving your dough to charity. I also encourage you to donate directly to the featured charity today by going directly to our website and getting their information. Thank you very much for watching, and keep on dancing through life by giving to others through love. Let me finish baking these muffins, and see you next time.